Are you prepared for 2024 real estate investment opportunity here in Nigeria? If yes, your answer, come close. I have a discussion with you. All right. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 critical real estate mistakes to avoid in 2024. All right. So please stay glued to this video, watch to the end. I'll be glad you do. Remember, my name is Peter, twinner for lekki.com. My job is to assist you with the right real estate investment information, so that when you're making real estate investment decision, you're able to make the right decision. Here are the 5 most critical real estate mistakes to avoid in 2024. All right, so please stay glued to the video, watch to the end, as I'm going to make this video very short and precise. All right, so let's go. My number 1 mistake that must be avoided when buying real estate here in Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria in 2024 is, for instance, when buying property as a couple, as husband and wife. All right, we've seen instances when a lot of clients, while filling the subscription form to buy property, you see them put Mr. and Mrs. Balogun. All right, it is totally wrong. Legally, it is wrong. The best way to put it is Mr. Tony Balogun and Mrs. Tonia Balogun. By so doing, you are being specific. All right, remember, there are some other people who bear Mrs. Balogun and Mr. Balogun. So how can you lay claim of the property in the future if there is any mistake or any issue that comes up? So it is always vital that as a couple, when you are buying property, you put in your full name. All right, the name you have in your passport, most priorly. All right, so if you have Mr. Tonia Balogun, have it at the first line. Okay, now in most cases, it's a subscription form with some companies, you have the first box only. So the best option to do it is fill in one of the couple's name in the box and then the other person's name under the box. By so doing, you will protect or secure your investment. All right, that is my number 1 in the list. My number 2 mistake that must be avoided in 2024 when buying into real estate is doing proper real estate verification. Okay, we know exactly what has happened in Lagos for a few months now about property demolition. A lot of these properties were built without proper verification, without knowing their information regarding the setback rules, without knowing the full title on the land. All right, so this must be avoided. So do your proper verification. Remember, like I always say, use a registered real estate surveyor to pick coordinate, verify the property, all right, that you are buying into. All right, you also have the lawyers, real estate lawyers, that can help you do this verification. Okay, by so doing, if you do proper verification, you will be able to avoid real estate mistakes in 2024. Another real estate mistake that must be avoided in 2024 is buying cheap properties. Cheap properties. All right, a lot of our clients have the custom of buying cheap properties. All right, it is very important that you take note. A lot of cheap properties, almost 70% of cheap properties have issues, either government issues or family issues. All right, that is why it is selling too cheap. All right, so do your verification when buying cheap properties. Cheap properties are not the best way to invest. Now, let's say for instance, now you want to buy 10 plots of land in Lekki or in Ekpe, all right, and they're selling the property for a rate of 2 million naira. Whereas with that 2 million naira, which is 20 million naira in your hands, you can actually buy an allocation C of O land in Lekki that will give you peace of mind now and in the future. So please make sure you don't focus on buying cheap properties, and even if you will buy cheap property, make your due diligence. Proper diligence is required. All right, that is number 3. All right, so if you are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please use this opportunity, click on the subscribe button below, subscribe to my YouTube channel so that when I post subsequent videos like these and many others, educative ones, you'll be among the first to be informed. You can also like and share with your friends and family members so they can also benefit too. So on this, let's check the 4th mistakes that must be avoided when buying into real estate in 2024. And the 4th mistake that must be avoided when buying into real estate in 2024 is buying into the wrong location. Wrong location. Remember what we always say, that when buying into real estate, location is the key. So buy into location that you know that in the future will benefit you so much. Okay, right? No matter how cheap the property is, if the location is bad, you can never get value for your money. So buy the good location and you'll be happy you do in 2024. All right, okay, now let's talk about the 5th and the last mistakes to be avoided when buying into real estate in 2024. And then what happened? So the fifth and the last mistake to be avoided when investing into real estate in 2024 is paying money into the account of untrusted family member or an agent. Now, the reason why I decided to bring this as one of the mistakes is that a lot of clients have had their fingers burnt while investing into here in Nigeria, most especially those in clients in abroad. All right, so they pay money to the family members. The family member never deposited this money to the companies. All right, or they pay to their agent, untrusted agent, and the money develop legs and disappear. All right, so what is the best practice? The best practice is when your agent provides a company, all right, and you have done your verification and you are ready to deal, the best option is to pay him money straight to the account of the company. All right, once you pay the money to the account of the company, let the company provide your receipt and other documents to your agent or to your family member, except if that agent is well trusted. You trust that agent, you have been doing business with that agent, or your family member, you trust that family member, then you can send money to the account. But if you don't trust that agent or the family member, the best practice is pay him money to the company's account and then let your family member follow up and get your receipt. By so doing, you will not get your fingers burnt. So I've mentioned 5 ways or 5 things or mistakes to avoid when investing into real estate here in Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria. All right, I want to say thank you so much for always watching my videos. Thank you so much for always subscribing to my YouTube channel, for sharing my content with your family members and friends, for referring clients to me. You are the best. To have a wonderful day.